We're shaking, folks. Back with another reaction. Back with some more Bombs Over Providence. Indeed, shout out to and apologies to a friend of the channel, Chris, who sent this over a while ago. I'm trying to keep up with the punk rock reactions, and this one, for some reason, it keeps slipping off longer than I intend. I do apologize. I suppose it's fair to say they only have one album, so I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world to go through it a bit more slowly than some of the other groups like Bad Religion, where they have, 16, 17 albums, whatever it is now. Nevertheless, we are back for the next tune, which has a hilarious title, which is, par for the course. We've seen every title so far has an amusing quirk or suggestion to it. And this one is, and the award for the best post-coital hug goes to ellipsis, meaning ... So, again, the award for the best post-coital hug is hilarious. I wonder if we'll get an official designation of who offers the best post-sex hugs, but either way, it's a hilarious title, so let's find out what they have to say. I did remember that Chris has sent the vocals, the lyrics, so I have those queued up, but I didn't look at them yet. I do like to engage with the tune just in its own right at first, and then we'll check after. I've been doing that recently with Strung Out, where I listen to the track, think about what I heard lyrically, try to talk about the bits that I may have caught, and then I'll go look at it proper. So that's what we'll do here. But this is Bombs Over Providence. The track is, and the award for the best post-coital hug goes to ... Once thought I could easily impart some beginner's knowledge to the outside. I've long since lost such love to fight back, never win, try again, we are the nonsense we aspire. They have good scream singing. Chris said that there's a lot of funny stuff between the tracks, including a very like naughty bit after the last tune, which I have that like bookmarked in my head again. Nevertheless, yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, it had an emotional quality to it, this one. It felt like an epic punk rock tune. And again, they have really great screaming voices. Like, not everyone can pull off that, like, somehow it's melodic even though it's, like, properly a scream, you know? Like, it really has that intensity, but they make it work. I think it sounds really good. So, yeah, what I caught, again, someone leaving their hometown and their old friends, leaving the sort of anchors of their origins behind, but it sounds like they keep coming back, and it's like, oh, I've left before, so I can do it again. I'm out the door, but I'll come back. So I'm not sure if it's, you know, like it's a tractor beam, meaning, you know, they can't fully get away from it. They keep trying to leave, but things pull them back, or if there's more to it. So that's what I picked up. Let's look at the actual lyrics. So once again, shout out to Chris. So apparently, this one is, once I thought I could easily impart some beginner's knowledge to the upstart. I've long since left such bombast to fight back, never win, try again iconoclast. We are the nonsense we espouse to waking minds in sleepy towns. That's a crazy line. Of the boroughs and the streets we've gleaned, looking for a cleaner mind to drive obscene. These eyes haven't been this dry since we gave up the first time. Bad moves make great romance till you've grown fat on consequence. God, isn't that true? And all resolve is a chain link fence. I mean, fucking hell. Bad moves make great romance till you've grown fat on consequence. Someone like put that on a philosophy class somewhere. Daydreamers, get your hopes up. Wage workers, throw your heads back. Failed rebels, sing with me. I haven't been the same since the last time you saw me. That line did stand out when I heard it. We get tired of the waking dreams we're in, of rubbing elbows and taking them on the chin. Smile hard, this is what we asked for. 2 for flinching and 1 more to grow on. 2 for flinching is like, that's massively old school. These eyes haven't been this dry since we gave up the first time. So that's the chorus. Bad moves make great romance till you've grown fat on consequence, and all resolve is a chain link fence. I've left before and I'll do it again. So goodbye hometown, good night old friends. There's just no telling when I'll be back. If I stay the course I have thus far and mark each mile with a scar, sorry, I moved it. They'll prop what's left of me on the bar, where I'll pose for a picture sent with a postcard. Goodbye hometown, good night old friends. These eyes haven't been this dry. First time, bad moves make great romance till you've grown fat on consequence. Left before and I'll do it again, so goodbye, good night, there's no telling when I'll be back. And then the last is, if I've tasted blood and known its source, and hid my wounds from this dead horse, pull these strings and I'll run the course. 'Cause we are the wrenches, we'll never grow up right. That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how the title connects to that, but that does sound like a, you know, it's all good when you're young and you talk about doing things differently, and, you know, you're living sort of hard, and, you know, the consequences, you know, sort of bounce off and you don't feel them yet and so on. And then you get old and maybe things haven't changed all that much, and maybe you haven't made as much impact. You know, you've sung some songs and maybe, you know, impacted a handful of minds in some sleepy towns, but, you know, you're a failed rebel in that sense, I guess. And then, you know, as you get older, it's like, oh crap, like, you know, sort of some of those choices I made, not thinking, you know, I'm young, like, who cares, I can take it, I can party, I can do whatever. And then it's like, those consequences, they start to build up, and reality, you know, becomes more clear. So it feels like a song of someone who, you know, perhaps still has the rebellious spirit, but recognizes that, you know, life and sort of the world, these things don't change easily, and ultimately, you know, your impact may not be what you had hoped, and as you get older, perhaps you begin to see things from a different perspective, even if your attitudes are much the same. So it feels like a wizened tune, a bit of a reflective tune, a tune, you know, where one's taking stock of their own life and, you know, their legacy or their impact. So again, I'm probably missing some layers here. It's the first time hearing it and reading it. I usually take a little while to sort of ingrain lyrics, especially punk rock lyrics, which tend to have a degree of more, you know, if not political relevance or like allegory and so on. So yeah, I am curious to hear what people might say, but definitely listen to it some more, continue stewing on the matter. sonically, really enjoy it. As I said, I love their screaming, alternating type of singing, and it does have a like old school sound. So shout out to once again Chris for sending this over. Shout out to Bombs Over Providence. Let me know what you think of the tune. I will see you next time. Peace.